and some spiritual kings too. Yeah. Shit, if it show that you
Oh, yeah, here we go. We good. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akak, Wadash. All right, double honors to Apostle Elder Millstone, who the true leaders of Israel today, who rule well. And with the sincere Shalom to the hopeful elect, you brothers out there pushing the word and sincerity and truth, as well as the men, women, and children who listen and believe, man. Okay, we have a couple brothers from the GMS Cleveland camp. Lord willing, with another edifying lesson, man. And basically, we'll go ahead and kick it off with Lord willing, like other couple elders and brothers going into this topic about Russia recently said some current events and like the title says, tension amongst the nations, man. So Lord willing, so get straight into it. We can start off with that Matthew.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. It say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. You see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
And that's exactly what we're seeing, man. Okay, tension amongst the nations, man. Okay, we're seeing wars and rumors of wars, man. Everybody get into this article a little real quick, and we got these other heathen nations talking big stuff against America, man. Because America, which is we understand the scriptures is Babylon the Great. It's the scriptures tell you what it was that golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. Okay, Jeremiah the 51st chapter, man. This is that golden place that's been ruling and what the hammer of the whole earth. Again, Jeremiah, man. Okay, this is that main place that's been ruling and dominating the earth. Has been a clear leader of the world, so to speak, man. And now these other nations are boldly talking up against this place, man. Ready to destroy this place, ready for war. And we're gonna go into right here. There's an article by RT. Again, a couple of other brothers, elders. Okay, going into this right now. There's an article by RT. It says even if Russia had sunk British warship, it wouldn't have started World War III because the U.S. and UK know they can't win such a conflict, man. Okay, and this is a quote by Putin, man. Okay, the Russian leader, man. They're openly declaring that the United States and UK, NATO, and the EU is beast system that is not going to be able to stop them, man. Okay, boldly proclaiming victory over this beast. I want to go into a little bit further because it goes in. Even though that was a kind of shortened version of it, he just got the full one right here. It says, this is a quote by Putin. It says, even if we had sunk that ship, it would still be hard to imagine that the world would be on the brink of World War III. The president said, because those who are doing this know that they can't get out of this war victorious. That's a very important thing, man. You gotta understand this basically what they say, man. You know, they say it all big and so-called political speeches, basically saying like, even if I come kill some of your mans, okay, you still not gonna be able to do nothing about it. You can't beat me, man. That's exactly what's going on. And Bob Gashad go into that Joel the third, like he had something to say, because hey, this is the time we're in, man. We're at a time we're getting tension amongst the nation, like the brother read. Okay, wars and rumors of war. This is not a light thing. Like the back and forth and little petty skirmishes that's been going forth between these nations over the past few months. Okay, different things that brothers bring out. Again, them flying certain warships into restricted zones they shouldn't be in, and then leaving real quick. Okay, sending warning shots, etc. In the sea between ships, and certain things have been going on. Hey, we had the tension amongst Russia and the U.S. due to the Ukraine, man. Okay, them trying to bring the, I believe it's Ukraine into the NATO and the EU, and basically Russia telling them not to do that, man. Okay, that's more and more tension back and forth. Those little petty skirmishes and all the different things we're seeing is all going to culminate into a major conflict, man, which ends up going to be that World War III, the Armageddon, man. Okay, between these nations.
And just to, I'm gonna keep reading on this Matthew a little bit because I'm gonna bring it back because at the end of the day, what this gonna lead to? This gonna lead to all you nations falling and going into slavery.
That's right.
You know, because Putin think because Putin and people like Putin or I forgot the president of China, they think they about to be the next ones up after America. But no, y'all got to twist it. All of y'all is about to fall, man. And for real, we could just go to the Joel.
Yeah.
This
started at verse 1 and 2, and then we're gonna skip down to around verse 7. Because the reason I want to start at 1 and 2 is because I want to get why the Lord is doing this, man. Why is the Lord putting? Scripture tell you what the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as rivers of water he turneth it whatsoever he will. So why is the Lord stirring up this tension amongst you nations, man? We're gonna go into it right here.
This is Joel 3 verse 1. It say, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
So, according to the prophecy, we read right here in Joel chapter 3, verse 1 and 2, that in that time the Lord's going to save both the northern and southern kingdom of his people, man, from everywhere they're scattered at. Okay, in the land of captivity, he said what? Who they scattered amongst the land. Okay, he's talking about that. That's going to be the valley of Yehoshaphat, man. It says Jehoshaphat, but we know the Heavenly Father's name is not Jehovah, man. It's Yahweh. That word Shaphat in the Hebrew is judgment, man. The place of Yahweh's judgment for why? He's telling you right here. It's because they have scattered the Lord's people among the nations, man. Okay, took our heritage. Okay, you got Amalek over there claiming to be us, man. Okay, all the oppression, the rape, robbery, and murder they have done to the Lord's people. It's time for that big payback, man. So Lord, before he does his judgment, okay, we're gonna read down and proclaim the judgment unto you through the scriptures. Before he did that, he told you why it's coming, man. For what you done, you putting the hands on the apple of the Lord's eye, man. So all you heathen nations, because you're all together, man. That's why, again, brothers made mention of Yahshua, but even though we bring out the prophecy that Russia's going to destroy this place, when one of the main leaders to destroy America, it's not like Russia's doing that on our behalf. They're Edomites as well. They're down for the oppression of us, man. Okay, but again, the Lord is going to use you as a tool. The Lord is going to let you heathen nations destroy each other, and then Yahushua, our Lord and Savior, is going to come back and finish it off, man, and enslave all, like the brother made mention of, enslave all you heathens, man. Okay, Russia, Iran, okay, Israel, y'all are not the next rulers, man. Okay, y'all, the next rulers of Yahshua, starting with our Lord Yahushua, man. So Bakashah, you can just skip down to verse 6, and we're gonna go down from there.
Yeah, and like you say, in Maccabees, what nation have not took part in her spoils? Right. All you heathens had something to do with any of our captivities, and especially with this last one with the Atlantic slave trade. We got the Israelites just didn't get traded to the South Central Americas and the U.S. and Europe and Africa. No, they didn't just stop right there. We got shipped to India, to China. We got shipped everywhere on those ships.
Man. We just read in verse 2, it said it's scattered among the nations, man. That's why you got so many Israelite foreigners in this time, man. Israelites looking like other different people, because we scattered all over the place, man. They literally took us into captivity all over the place, man. Like the brother made mention of, it wasn't the triangle trade, slave trade. Was this an Atlantic slave trade? They shipped us everywhere, man. Everyone received gifts. I can tell you in Revelation 11 chapter, man. Okay, they sent gifts one to another, and we were those gifts. Okay, like the brothers always going to, man. Okay, so now we're in a time of that great recompense, man. Okay.
Jumping to verse 7, it says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
And that's exactly what the Lord is doing, man. That's why you see all these camps. That's why the Lord has given us leadership, starting with the Apostle Elder Great Millstone and their leaders, man. This is the Lord raising us up. The Lord said, what, in Ezekiel 37, that great spiritual army, man. The Lord's got raised up mentally and spiritually, let us know what's going on. Okay, the remnant returning unto him before he execute all these different calamities and judgments on the earth, man. Before these great Armageddon, World War III, these great nuclear prophecies, okay, all the missiles, etc., come to pass, man. First, the Lord had to raise us up, get us up to speed about what's going on, understand why we're in this condition, okay, and also understand that the Lord is going to be how about Shimei Shah is going to be the one to get us out of the condition, man.
It say, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it.
I believe those Sabians is one of them Ishmaelites, I believe, if I'm correct, one of them so-called Arabs, man. Okay, they like the brother made mention of the fact that y'all not going to be the next leaders, man. Y'all going to slavery, man. We read it right here, man. This whole chapter goes in on the fact that you heathen nations about going to captivity, man. It says, I will sell your sons and your daughters, man. That's what? That's recompense. You just read it in verse 7. It said, it will return your recompense upon your own head, man. So that's what the scriptures tell you, Obadiah 1:15, man. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done to thee, man. So you sold our sons and daughters off, so now it's going to be your turn to be your sons and daughters sold off, man. And it begins with this great destruction, man. This great destruction is going to completely wipe out the governments of this earth, man. And all the ones that remain are Lord Yahushua, what? And tell you Revelation is coming to conquer, man. Take many crowns on his head. So all the ones that are left after his destruction, Yahushua's going to come finish the job, man.
It say, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
And that's like what's happening, man. War is being prepared, man. Okay, the Lord again is putting those thoughts in their mind, but they're all getting tired of America, Babylon the Great, man. Okay, which in past times the other nations they wouldn't buck up against America like this, man. Okay, you had to during the time of what what's it called, the Cold War, I believe it was called the Cold War between Russia and America, with the so-called nukes almost getting shot off. But see, now when it's time, it really is gonna get shot off this time. Yeah. This time it ain't gonna be no almost. Okay, well, this close, you'll have certain Edomites doing videos on YouTube, like, look, the Cuban Missile Crisis, it was so close to missiles being shot off, whatever. But guess what? This time they really are going to be shot off, man. This time, World War III, like brothers been going into recently, it's going to be a quick war. It's not going to be, I'm going to get this real quick in Revelation 11. It's Revelation chapter 11 and verse, at least 14. This is Revelation chapter 11 verse 14. The second woe was past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly, man. Okay, again, like Apostle Ellis break down that those woes is talking about wars, man. Okay, and the second woe is past. Behold, the third woe coming quickly, man. Okay, it's coming quickly. We see it on the horizon. We see it. We can see the vision. Okay, the Elder Apostle Gabar always goes into, man, seeing the vision, seeing these prophecies. Okay, seeing it in real time, filtering it through the news, etc. Hey, not only is it coming quickly, but it's going to end quickly, man. Okay, the scripture talk about how it's in Revelation 18th chapter, man, how 1 hour of such great riches is called coming to naught, man. Because this place is going to be completely wiped off the face of the earth. It's going to be burned with fire, man. Okay, from one end of North America to the other end, it's going to be completely consumed with flames, man. It's called the lake of fire in the scriptures, man.
Yeah, and because this war is going to be the war that ends all wars.
That's right.
You know, because after this war, like you may mention, your ass going into slavery. But before that, the Lord go. Y'all not even about to go out with a bang, like they about to lose. Right. Terrible. I got a precept real quick. This Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. It say, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So this is not talking about how they talk about in Christianity with the Satan got mad at the Lord and got some angels to team up. Well, this is not talking about that. This is talking about modern day time here. Modern day time. The so-called 21st century of the early 2000s. Now. This is about to happen now, you know, and that's what's going. This great war that these nations go have against each other. When Yahushua come back, they go try to fight Yahushua. You know, showing you the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, because how you went from fighting each other to like, all right, fuck it, we all want to team up to each other and fight this man, fight this.
It tells you, even tells you that in 2 Kings 13 chapter, man, how they came to subdue the man of the sea. And going back to that verse, that's how we know again that the Christian breakdown of that talked about, you know, so-called the spiritual demon Satan. He rebelled against the Heavenly Father. Okay, he cast out, etc. But we understand that that's not talking about that. What it said, the red dragon, man. Okay, it said the red dragon. What's that red dragon? Okay, ultimately the Roman Empire. Okay, which Roman Empire came back, that deadly wound was healed, man. That's talking about Esau, Edom's power structure on the earth, man. Okay, his power structure, what his military might. Okay, his Navy, okay, his Air Force, etc., his Space Force. He got a Space Force now. That's what it's talking about. That military might versus, okay, Michael and his angels, man. Okay, the right hand side, because Esau's the left hand side, all right? The right hand side with Yahushua and the angels coming back and they're gonna blow him out the sky, man. That's the proper breakdown of that scripture. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, man. And that the fact that they tell you about the red dragon, that red dragon is talked about all over the book of Revelation, man. And even so-called these Edomite scholars would tell you that's talking about the Roman Empire, man. But you go to the Daniel to break down Daniel the second chapter, I believe, but the statue, it tells you, you know, the Roman Empire was gonna come back, man. Which is it came back to what the Renaissance period, which Renaissance means rebirth. Okay, and it's still in power to today, man. Okay, that last leg of Rome, that fourth beast, which is America, man.
It say, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven.
So they're gonna get their ass whooped, so to speak, man. They're gonna get blown to the sky, man. Okay, and that Edomite had said it before. I forgot what branch of the Navy, military, whatever he was in, but he said that the chariots are 100 to 1,000 years more advanced than anything they can fathom, man. Which the chariots are thousands and thousands of years more than you can balance, man. That's literally the technology that Yahweh Shemel Shai has given to the angels, man. We're talking about vehicles that can be as big, 10 times bigger than the earth. Can go down to this small, man. Okay, change color. You make man enter into in and out of dimensions, man. This is technology that's way beyond your understanding, man. That's why I said they prevailed not. Okay, it's not going to be a back and forth war, man. Okay, hey, Yahweh Shai and angels, then they're not going to take one single casualty, man. All the loss, all the bloodshed, all the death is going to be on one side. It's going to be on Esau, Edom, these heathen nations, man. Again, we had quoted 2nd Ezra 13th chapter talking about how all the nations are going to come to try to subdue that man that came out of the sea, man. That man that came out of the sea is what? Yahweh Shai, when he comes out from outer space, man, from another dimension.
Sure, that's it on that.
Yeah,
this
Joel. Yeah, he has something else.
No, I think it was Joel.
Yeah, Joel. Yeah.
This Joel 3:9, it say, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Talk about actual Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Plowshares and pruning hooks represent, you actually, looking them up real quick, they represent farming tools, gardening tools, man. Okay, some of them I already know in my head, some of them got a little spike or whatever, got a little handle, like different racing stuff, etc. They're saying, hey, put those away and said, what? Say, get swords and the spears, man. Well, that represents killing instruments, weapons of war. Okay, that's a spirit of the Lord again is raising up. It's like, yeah. The Lord is raising up into these heathen nations, man, to come against Babylon, man. It says what? It said, let the weak say I'm strong. Yeah, because again, America was running the earth, man. But now you got the president. Not only this is one incident with Russia, but guess what? You had Iran, okay, China. You had China earlier. I remember I did videos on it. Certain other brothers did videos on it about China so-called warning America. I forgot the exact term they used, but basically warning America to tread lightly, man. Okay, watch what they say, watch what they do. Okay, stop pissing other nations off because these other nations, they like what? Hey, let the weak say I'm strong. They're strong now. They got them thermonuclear weapons as well, man. They got ICBMs. Hey, Russia actually has more advanced ICBMs than they do, man. That one hypersonic missile, whatever that Russia has, they got better weapons than you. So now that they got better weapons than you, you can't throw your weight around. You can't bully these other nations like you've been doing in the past, man. These other nations are ready for war with the horde. Okay, now horde is what? America, Babylon the Great, that sits on top of that beast, man. NATO and the EU.
It say, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Shemel Shai. So right. These heathens, hey, the Lord is gathering these heathens. Because they all about to go to war with each other, man. Hey, because like the brother said, this is one incident of many incidents, but you even got these smaller countries like Syria and stuff like that that's teaming up with these big countries like Russia and China and Iran and stuff. So if you mess with one of them little countries, then one of them big countries go jump in. Because they America I don't know if you just said it, but Salaki if you did, but America was one of those countries who just had all the weapons, all the missiles and all of that stuff, but now all these other countries got their own stuff now. So they don't need America no more.
And also like to make it add on to the brother's point, the fact that now that all these heathen nations, they're all tired of this place, man. Like the church tell you in Revelation 11:18, the nations were angry, man. Okay? Now the brother made mention of Iran, Syria, all these different nations, where some are smaller, some are bigger, like China, Russia, etc. All of them come together against you, man. So you're gonna be greatly outnumbered. You will have no allies, man. And what the scriptures even tell you, the beast shall hate the horde. So that means NATO, the EU, the European Union, okay, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, all your allies are gonna be mad at you too. They're all gonna team up with the other with other heathen nations to destroy you as well. So you can be completely outnumbered, man. You can be completely made bare, completely made alone. Okay, you can be completely desolate, man. Because all these nations gonna shoot missiles on you, man. The Lord is already written, so the Lord is gonna have it come to pass, man. You know?
It say, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
And what's the main reason the Lord's about to judge you heathen, man? Okay, look, we started off and read verse 1 and 2, because what you have scattered the Lord's people, man. Okay, part them among the nations, man. Okay, and that's what it said. And even tell you in verse 1, it says, I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, man, which means the Lord's going to free us from captivity. If we're in captivity, someone had to put us in captivity, man. That's right. So that means you heathen nations who put us in captivity. You know, Psalms the 83rd chapter about how you all conspire to keep us in this low predicament, not telling us who we are, etc., etc. The Lord's about to judge you for that, man. And what comes with that judgment is thermonuclear destruction, man. Okay, so we're talking about the whole entire land masses being wiped out. I want to go into Revelation 16 real quick, because we're going to this destruction, right? This is Revelation chapter 16 and verse 18. It says, and there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great, man. So this is going to be an earthquake. Hey, what the scriptures tell you, the earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard, man. All these missiles pelting the earth at one time. It's going to be such a mighty earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, man. It's going to keep going. Verse 19. And the great city, what's that great city, man? Okay, Babylon the Great. What's that? Wait, tell you, Revelation 11, I believe. That great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, man. Why is it Sodom? Why? The alphabet community, man. Why is it Egypt? Why? Because the oppression of the Israelites. That great city, which is America, Babylon the Great, and the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath, man. And why is the Lord going to give you this wrath, man? Okay, what it said, the Lord put you in remembrance, man. And this reminds me perfectly about Isaiah 47 chapter, man. That also goes to the destruction of Babylon, man. Okay, to tell you what, you upon the ancient has thou laid thy yoke, very heavily laid thy yoke, and thou just show them no mercy, man. So you've been showing your people the Lord's people no mercy, but what said you did not remember the latter end. And we're in the latter end of it now. We're the end. World War III is the end of your kingdom, man. This is the end of your rulership. This is the last, again, I made mention of that Daniel, that 4th beast. This is it. This is the last of the heathen rulerships, man. Okay? Verse 20. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found, man. So that's some heavy destruction, man. I had just made mention of this in the lesson I did last night. I hadn't read this chapter in a while. That's heavy, man. I'm going to read that again. Revelation 16 and 20. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found, man. So every island fled away. The Lord, this destruction, there's so many missiles, so much fire, that this is the second death, man. This is going to change the architecture of the earth. Just like what the first flood did, man. The first flood, the earth was all in one land, okay? It was all one piece. Okay, like Esau calls it Pangea, right? That's why all the, if you look at a map, you can see all the earth, the different tectonic places, whatever, you can see they all fit into each other, right? But when the first death happened was the flood, and the waters came forth abundantly out of the ground, and it broke up the continents and changed the architecture of the earth. That first judgment was so great, it changed the architecture of the earth. But guess what? The second death is going to do the same thing. It said, every island fled away, and the mountains were not found, man. So the earth is going to look different after this judgment, man.
Yeah, it's going to change. You know, I got 2 precepts. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You know, so like the brother was just saying, that this is the end of the translation of these heathens rulers. This is the end of that. This is the last time the heathens is going to rule over the whole earth. And this verse, Sirach 17 and 17, for in a division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion. So guess what? These heathens, they had their time to rule. You know, hey, the Lord, so merciful, he even gave these heathens their time to shine. But now that shit is done away with, and now it's time for the Israelites to rule, man, and be on top. You know, cause we at the end of this thing, man, and like the brother just said, the earth is gonna change itself, but guess what? The rulership gonna change too.
That's
man.
right. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful point.
You know, and the rulership gonna be the so-called Negroes, first and foremost, Latinos, Native and Indian descent, ruling, man. Whether you like it or not. This kind of like a you can say like a part two of the last line we did last week, man. You know, because this is the gospel, man. This is why this good news for us, man. He about to take down our enemies, or these heathens, and put us on top, man.
That's right. That's even what salvation is. We read Luke the first chapter, man. We should deliver and save from the hand of our enemies and all that hate us, man. Okay, we may serve the Lord without fear. That's what the Lord's coming back. Yahweh Shah coming back to do, man. Okay, so it's like brother made mention of, set up his people, the nation of Israel. Yahshua set us up and put our heathens down, afflict them like they afflicted us. This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer, man. And as we bring this information out, and when we scripture tell you what, publish the truth, conceal it not. Roughly paraphrasing, man. So we're not just reading these articles and then just amongst the brothers. Oh yeah, we bring this out. No, we do openly publish it to our people so that way they can repent, man. Okay, to show you this is real. Bring out the prophecies. Bring out the understanding, man. Okay, show you that, like I just read, the end of all things is at hand. We say the end of all things again. It's this heathen rule shit, man. Esau, Edom. 2 Peter 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So we're here to proclaim to you and warn you. What's here to tell you what? To the fear, knowing that therefore the terror of the Lord we persuade men. The Lord's about to do some horrible things out here, man. Again, like we're going into right now, the destruction of Babylon the Great with thermonuclear fire. So this is coming, man. So that's why I tell you, be ye therefore and watch under prayer, man. You should be praying for these things, man. What does the scriptures tell you about? Pray always that you may be worthy, accounted of to escape from all these things, man. So that's the mindset you should be in. Okay, we understand this destruction is coming. So what can we do to obtain mercy from the Lord to escape these things, so we don't get caught up with these heathens and their judgment, man? You know?
Yeah, because 2/3 gonna follow after these heathens,
right?
And they gonna get the judgment as these heathens. They gonna get the same judgment of Esau, which is that fire.
Even tell you that in Isaiah 13 chapter, man. Tell you, everyone, I can grab her real quick. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword, man. So all you Israelites who want to be joined to Babylon the Great, who don't want to come out of this place, man, and you're going to be destroyed with this place, man. Okay, all you who want Babylon the Great to continue, all the ones who come up against this truth and act like the prophets don't know what we're talking about, man. Okay, who's pro. It really is so funny because our people is so-called mad at Trump talking about make America great again, but that's really the spirit our people are in, man. They don't want this place to continue to rot and go down, man. They don't want our hair to break loose. They don't want societal collapse. They want to see this place get back to normal. That's why they're lining up and taking that jab, man. Okay, and that's why they're going to line up and take that chip. Because the brother has started off in Matthew 24th chapter talking about, all these things must come to pass and the end is not yet. We understand, like Elder Apostle Hall always brings out, the fact that World War III is not going to completely go off. Okay, it's not going to completely start. Missiles ain't going to be shot until that RFID microchip will get made mandatory, man. Okay, the MOB, that after that gets made mandatory, you might as well look up. Because not only the chariots come with salvation, but the missiles come to destroy this place, man.
I got it, Chris. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. It say, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heaven shall pass away with a great noise. Talk about that rulership. You Edomites and your kingdom is gonna fall desperately. Like it's gonna fall greatly. Like it said in Revelations 18, it said take the great millstone. Oh, God.
Yeah. I don't even know what verse it was in, but I was gonna get something for it.
Oh, calm.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Calm, but this gonna be a great fall, man. It said, I'm gonna bring it back. It say, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And we go into that. Shalom,
Shalom.
When you go into that going into holy conversation, it goes into conduct, your lifestyle. It's saying like, all right, what manner of person you should be, what type of mindset you should have, knowing these things about to take place, man. You know, because hey, the Lord chose you out of billions of Israelites to know that these things is about to happen.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, well, how should you be preparing yourself, man? Because they ain't preparing themselves; they just casualties of war, vessels faith for destruction.
Yeah.
You know, and it say looking forward and hastening until the coming of the day of Yahweh Shah, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So hey, these are the things that's coming, destruction.
And what's the destruction of? Ultimately, Esau's empire. Again, we had been mentioned up earlier. The brother Amar had left this precept on the comment board. Luke chapter 10 and verse 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven, man. So again, we had been mentioning that earlier, man. The fact that hey, Esau's empire is gonna fall quick, man. Once these prophecies, like we literally just got done saying it. Once the MOB gets made mandatory, these prophecies gonna hit off quick, man. Okay, back to back to back. And Lord willing, Bob Kashag, you go to Revelation 18. And we're gonna start at verse 15 because we're gonna go into the destruction of this place. Okay, we don't have to break down every single line, but I just want to go into real quick, and we're gonna get that verse you had talked about in verse 21. We're gonna start at verse 15 because again, Revelation 18 is a heavy chapter that goes into destruction of this place with thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay, America, Babylon the Great, and really all these people are gonna be in shock and in fear because they're not expecting this to happen, man. No one's really expecting this place to completely just get wiped off. You know, even these people who are bringing out information of China, Russia, like we made mention earlier, who think they're going to be the next rulers, they're not looking for this place to be completely just made a desert, man. Being a lake of fire, literally nothing left, man. Malachi the 4th chapter tells you shall not leave neither root nor branch, man. Block the shot. Yeah, we're going to go verse 15.
This Revelations 18 and 15. It say the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Hey, because this gonna be a global thing. You know, like everybody will be like this gonna be the thing. Everybody so like, damn, what the hey, fuck that that TikTok and all that's gonna be done away with. This gonna be the destruction. That's gonna be the
That's the only thing to talk about. Right. That's the only thing to talk about. Literally, the top ruler of the earth, the chief ruler of the earth is gonna be completely decimated, man. Literally, everything's gonna be turned to ash, to fire, the dust, man. That's never been happened. That's never happened before, man. Every time an empire went down, there'd be wars, okay, going back and forth before they take the empire down. It would decay over a period of time. That's why I said 1 hour so great. I'm just gonna let you keep going. It's gonna go into it, man. 1 hour so great riches come to naught. Cause literally just like that, like at this moment, America's ruling, and then just like that, boom, it's just off the face of the earth. It's completely gone, man. Desolate, nothing left.
It's saying, at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
And that's the see, and this is going into the delicacies of this place, man. Okay, talking about all the riches, okay, all the luxury, etc. that this place is living with, man. Okay, then that's why I talk about what I mentioned purple. You know, in the ancient world, purple was a royal color. I mean, you had to have some money, some status, etc. to be wearing that color, man. The kings would wear it. Okay, you see it in certain TV shows. You have a king with that king hat or whatever. It's kind of like got the velvet on it with purple attire, robes, etc. And that was kind of like a precious thing. So all this is going into the delicacies of Babylon the Great, which is America, man. We see that today. This place has over access, man. You got plenty. They got plenty of access, man. So much that people got things like food eating contests, man. People just throw food out like it's nothing. Why? Because this place is that place that doors without care, man. And Shalom Sa'aki and Shamaria and Shalom Sa'aki on the comment board, man. Amos chapter 5 verse 20. This Mari left this precept says, "Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it," man. Yeah, and again, that's the destruction, man. Ain't gonna be no, man. Again, these people, man, will not only the cap it off nuclear destruction, but even the plagues that's gonna hit before that, man. Okay, the things that lead up to the destruction is gonna be completely it's gonna get rid of all the pride, all the wickedness, all these people who do boasting in wickedness, who boast in Babylon the Great and everything it stands for, which is nothing more than all the wicked empires of the past built together, man. Nineveh, okay, Egypt, okay, Sodom and surrounding cities, man. Okay, all these different Babylon, all these different empires were completely wicked. You know, Babylon the Great, America has basically integrated all of that, man, to be the most ultimate wicked place of wickedness, man. So this place, this judgment has to match its wickedness, man. Okay, hey, the more wicked a place is, the higher the judgment has to be, man. Okay, Sodom and Gomorrah was an example on how, for those who live ungodly, how much more Babylon, man. Because this is the most ungodly place ever, man. Not only that, but it pushes its influence on everyone else. So Babylon the Great, like the scriptures tell you, all nations have drunk of the wrath of the wine of her fornication, man. So all of the nations are following this spirit and completed the whore that corrupted the earth, right? Tell you that in Revelations, man. So the Lord has to deal with this place. And Bible shall keep reading Revelation 18 because it's gonna tell you about that.
I'm gonna bring back verse 16. This Revelations 18 and 16. It's saying at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught.
Man, that's exactly what we was talking about, man. 1 hour, man. What could completely wipe out an entire landmass in 1 hour?
This place been spent centuries. This place been being built up to where it's at now. But the Lord's so cold, He gonna destroy it in 1 hour, like.
Because like the beast system is so has such a control over everything. Like we talk about the elite bankers, etc. They literally have puppet leaders in other lands. Like they control the economy, the banking system. Like they have such a strong little grip on the earth. But the Lord's going is wipe it out at the foundation.
And that's cold because if you ever had like a set of Legos, it'd take forever to build the cities however you wanted to build it. But if you want to knock it over, it's just take one hit, all of it's falling.
Right.
This verse
17.
All right, verse 17. It say, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all companies and ships and sailors, as many as trades by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
And that's talking about all these other different heathen nations, especially like China, man. China, see, now we were talking about earlier about China coming up against America, etc. Talking shit, being the weak saying they're strong, etc. Really, they got rich. They got in this position off Babylon the Great, man. Some of their product, brothers I was going to, the fact that Babylon is a consumer-based place. Hey, they got rich off selling goods to America, man. So they're making stuff super cheap and selling it for more. They're selling it, making it expensive, man. So they're gonna wail. They're gonna be in anguish when their money maker, the thing that got them rich, is just completely destroyed. Also, we want to show you again a lake of fire. We know it's not talking about some imaginary place on the ground. It's talking about earth. It said in verse 18, it says they saw the smoke of it burning, man. So that matching the precepts up together, we understand that great lake of fire, that burning, that place of fire, that place of torment. It's talking about Babylon the Great, where it gets destroyed by these missiles.
It say, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city we're in, which were made rich, all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness. So like the costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate.
And also, too, going to show you again, when you actually read these precepts and now look at it like a fairy tale, when you actually read these precepts and actually look at the world today, and filter it through the world, you understand who this is talking about, man. What place is made rich? Talking about by the sea. You look at the, I don't even know what to call it, but them big ass sea ships with all them crates on it. You know what I'm saying? With all them shipping crates on it, that's stacked up on top of each other, all different colors, etc. And come by the sea. This is real time. This is happening, man. So we want to show you again, Babylon the Great. This place ain't some imaginary place that's made up, man. This is a real place, man. It said that great city where we're made rich, all that has ships in the sea. By reason of her costliness. Yeah, that's again we were talking about the fact that Babylon is a consumer place, man. This place consumes. This place literally is all about consumption, all about buying the latest, nicest thing. And these other nations are eating off America, man. Eating off Babylon, selling them again by a bunch of products that make it cheap and sell it more expensive, man. You go ahead. There's only 2 more verses. Precept. Zephaniah is Brother Marty says Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 18. It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land. That's beautiful, man, because that's what we just said, man. The fact that this place is going to be completely wiped out, man. That's what I said. In 1 hour, so great riches is coming off. The whole entire land. You got to really fathom that. You know, we heard Jake talk about it, but Jake don't really internalize that. The whole land. There's gonna be nothing left. There's not gonna be any peace. We talk about that world clothing, the world, food, okay, and access. All that's gonna be burnt up, man. There's gonna be nothing left but just dust, okay, like a desert. Just rocks, man. That's gonna be that's gonna be the only thing left, man. It said neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. And that's twofold, man. Not only for the wicked of our people who don't think selling out to Esau and prosper his society is going to cover them, but also too Esau Edom, man, Babylon the Great, who they think that their money, okay, like I said, I went before, the banking system, etc., is going to be able to avoid them from punishment, man. Ultimately, the judge on high is about to judge you, man. And you ain't going to be able to escape. You ain't going to pay off your house shot when he comes back with them chariots, man. Right. It's going to be nothing but judgment out here, righteous judgment.
They're going to be trying to hide and shit.
They tell you that. They're going to hide in their bunkers, man.
And just to land back on what you're saying, because you gotta think about as all right, when you travel and stuff, you see so much land in this place, America. You got Himalayan mountains, you got the Appalachian Mountains, you got all the types of stuff that's in this land here in America. But all that's a part that's actually like naturally a part of the land. And all of that's gonna get burnt up.
As the spirit, you said that right. We was just down in that land. That's a 10-hour drive, bro. But like, bro, like I said, from a start we drove there to the end, like, bro, from one end of America to the other. I don't know exactly how many miles it is, but that's all gonna be on fire, man. Again, that's what's called the lake of fire in the scriptures, man. Now, everything's gonna be on fire. It's gonna be nothing left, man. Okay.
It say
so there's only 2 more verses. We gotta wrap it up.
All right, all right. I'm gonna read these 2 verses. Then I'm gonna jump down to the 19th verse. All right, verse 20. It say, "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her."
We're gonna rejoice, Lord, when we're the elect, Lord, when we get beat up, so serious, man. We're gonna rejoice at the place of our oppression. Okay, this final heathen captivity, this wicked place has been again oppressing our people, man. Okay, telling our people lies, it's keeping our people in a dumbed down state, etc. We're gonna rejoice when we see this place get judged, man, for what they have done to us, man.
It say, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all." So it's no rising this place back up, building it up. No, that shit is over with. Once this place is destroyed, it's gonna fall greatly, and it's gonna never come back up because it ain't gonna be there no more. It's gonna fall greatly to the point where it's gonna disintegrate, and it ain't gonna be no rebuild. No, we gonna be in the kingdom, and we gonna be flying past this place like, oh, look at that, son. That was America. Hey, that place is wicked as fuck. We ain't gonna be trying to build up America again. No, that's gonna be dead, man.
They even tell you in the scripture, everyone that goes by shall hiss other plagues, man. Okay, and everyone's gonna know it's gonna be a memorial. This place is gonna be a memorial to all generations. But what happens when you completely raise up a society of complete wickedness, man?
And see, that's why it's the 20th verse. It said rejoice to the apostles and prophets, because like the brother said, this is a place for our oppression, but this is more of an oppression for the brothers in this truth.
Right.
Because Esau looked down upon our people, but he make our own people look down upon us. On top of that, we're at the lowest of the low. This ain't a place where we just happy at. That's why the Lord said, shall not the Lord avenges on the elect. He said, I'm gonna avenge you, and when he do, we rejoice. I'm gonna jump down to chapter 19. This is Revelations 19:1. It say, after these things, I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, hallelujah, salvation and glory, honor and power unto the Lord our God, for true and righteous are his judgment, for he have judged the great whore which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. And again they said, Hallelujah, and her smoke rose up forever and ever. So hey, Lord willing, we the elect, we gonna rejoice, man, when this place fall, man. You know, hey, we gonna be saying that last. We gonna be giving praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah, and we also gonna be giving praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah that he delivered us from this place, man. You know, hey, that's why I start with the apostles, elders, the great millstone, all the way down. We striving to be a part of that elect, man. You know, so we can fit that prophecy. You know. You gotta have inspiration. You gotta be inspired to want to be a part of that. You know, who the fuck want to get destroyed by nuclear missiles? Like, you know, then you got simple jakes that be like, well, we gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
Like, no, fuck that. No, we trying to get victory, man.
It's good to tell you about those who refuse the mark. They're not gonna get touched by the second death, man. Okay, we also again we mentioned of it earlier that first death was what? The flood. Okay, and that completely changed the landscape of the earth. Okay, there was a horrible judgment, horrible time. And that second death is coming, man. But this time it's gonna be by fire, man. Okay, and that's what we're trying to avoid, trying to not be caught up in, man. You know. So ultimately, that's why brothers, we have this faith, have this hope, man. It's good to talk about where prisoners of hope, you know. But hey, man, Lord willing, that's edifying, man. You want to bring out, some information. Again, there's tension amongst the nations, man. We see, I can tell you, Revelation, Romans 13:11. I mean, now is our salvation, nearer than we believe, man. Okay, this is a beautiful time. A time to look up. You got different chariots signing, etc. More brothers waking up. Brothers getting more in the spirit, etc., man. We see Esau falling. Okay, so it's a beautiful time. It's a time to praise the Lord more. We almost out of here, man. Lord, when I was edifying with that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Akakwadash.
Hey, double honor to Apostle Elsbeth Millstone, teach well, rule well. I was a sister Shalom, the hopeful elect. The brothers out there push his words to see the truth, as well as those who are listening and believe, man. With that, Kwam Yasharala Shalom.
Shalom, Abad, Gabor, Shalom.